Thank you so much. And I really want to thank Dr. Pratibha.
Do you
And
mind if I just introduce the organization, Josie, just for a
would be
minute?
wonderful. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Holistic Health Alliance, our monthly community talk. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and the goal of the primary goal of the organization is to create a unified platform for holistic practitioners or holistic minded practitioners, supporters of anything holistic. So, this is a nationwide platform. So please do check it out. I am the founder president, and I am myself an Ayurvedic consultant practitioner. And I really am passionate about bringing various modalities of holistic practices and practitioners together on one platform. And every month we have these free community talks where the goal is to educate the community about a new modality that they may not know about. How does it work? What does it mean? What is the approach? And who is offering it? So it's also important for the practitioners to be highlighted. So that is one of our primary goals. And I will just quickly share the one of our flyers that we use in some of our conferences or tables when we are hosting a table. This kind of captures what we are offering to the holistic community. So if this applies to you, please do consider joining us. Josie joined us a couple months back, and she's also our featured practitioner for this month. So I feature a practitioner every month. That's just a way of supporting each one of you as and when it is possible. Every month somebody gets featured. That means the spotlight is on you on our website. So the website I'll be sharing in the chat again, but it is www.holistichealthalliance.org, and the holistic starts with a W. We also have two youth projects that I'll quickly share, and then we can move on. I think yeah. So we have a teen mental health initiative. And we have another initiative that is around food. These projects are all run by youth volunteers who are primarily from middle and high school. We are also an approved organization for presidential voluntary service awards. So we give out PVSA awards to youth volunteers who have been working dedicatedly and committedly. So these are the two initiatives. I think this got shared again. So are you able to see Fooditude flyer right now? Or is it still showing teen mental health? Josie, can't hear you. Sorry?
Teen mental health.
Sorry. Okay. Your mic was somehow
That's what I'm not
catching.
here.
So Fooditude is another project. So this is by the youth, for the youth. So please check out our website and you will be able to see the details of these projects. And I'll quickly share the QR codes if you want to join. The youth projects are free. The practitioner platform is for a nominal fee to support the non-profit operations, the back end. So I'm just putting it out there for anybody who's watching later on. It's a simple QR code scan and you can join. And again, for people who are going to watch this presentation later on YouTube. I'm going to also share the Youth Brigade QR code, just in case you have a youth at home, somebody in middle school or high school. You are welcome to check this out, the projects, what they do, and encourage them to join. It's free to join. So, with that, I'm going to pass on the platform, the spotlight to Dr. Josie Conte today. Thank you for taking out time, Dr. Josie. Uh, Excited and looking forward to what you have to share with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for hosting me as well. And welcome to all of you. And I really appreciate the time that you're taking on this Sunday to and maybe later to listen in on what our day is dedicated to. But I was my inspiration for today was about fluidity in hard times. And I was, feeling sensitive to the weather and to the cultural environment, and really thinking about how remaining fluid is one way of meeting and going around, under, or through barriers. And it's very pertinent in now because it's springtime, but also because I'm an osteopathic physician. And we are always looking at flow and motion. And, for those of you who do not know what an osteopathic physician is, there are two types of licensed medical doctors in the country. There's doctors of osteopathic medicine, and there's doctors of allopathic medicine, or MDs. We both study for 4 years, and then we will go into a residency program for a certain length of time, depending on the specialty. I'm family medicine trained. And as an osteopathic physician, from our very first day of school, we are learning about how the individual, every person is a unique individual, is a unique expression of mind, body, and spirit, and how our structure, our anatomy, and physiology are very closely related, and that we have the capability of healing ourselves. And how do we heal ourselves is through self-awareness, is sometimes through physically moving our bodies. That's really important because motion is life. And providing ourselves with, roof over our heads, food in our bellies. Hopefully we have that, plenty of fluids, and caring for how we use our energies out in the world. So that is part of the motivation of the blending of my Ayurvedic training, my integrative other trainings, and my osteopathic medical training. So fluids are soft. They follow the laws of nature. The water travels downward. Water is magical because it has 3 different states, and one might say 4 different states of being. So it can shift, and it changes with temperature. So it expands when it's cold, and it contracts when it's hot, and it bubbles and evaporates when it's very, very hot. And rain doesn't fall up, it falls down. And streams generally follow a flow, generally from higher to lower grounds. And when there is stagnation, there can be problems. And think about a hot tub. If you've ever been in a pool or a hot tub and we have standing water, and if it's not circulating, there's an opportunity for other microbes to set up. It's, their situations that may not be compatible with our skin, but that's kind of an extreme. But think about how if you have ever flown, or if you sit for too long, you have accumulation of water in your legs and your ankles. Sometimes we get swollen ankles, we get a little more full in our faces after a good sleep, because everything is processing and filtering and working its way through our bodies. And that's, so I just wanted to explore the possibilities of fluid. But before I go further, I would like to invite you to make sure that you have something to drink that is rejuvenating and refreshing, and keep that nearby if you need. I also will be bringing us through a brief guided visualization, progressive relaxation that has been known as yoga nidra, but I would like to bring us into that space at some point. You might need a blanket or a pillow, or just know that we will be doing something that I will be inviting you to become very relaxed during. I hope that will be for you. And I just wanted to know where you're all from, if you wanted to type into the chat box where you are. And so that would be great. Just I type it right in. And I have a sense of, I'm in Maine right now, and it is raining. It's cool and pleasant enough. And Pratiba's in North Grafton, Massachusetts. I think Magali in, I thought I saw another person who's in Maine. Yep, there we go. We have Maine. So we're up in the Northeast right now. It's a little chilly, huh? And damp. And so thank you so much for saying that, Magali. I believe that we're probably all sitting on some unceded lands of various peoples who came before us, which we acknowledge. So if you might, I'll invite you to let your eyes rest and put your hands over your heart if you like, or you can place them on your thighs, but become aware of your breath. Just pay attention and notice, are you breathing through both nostrils? Can you breathe through either nostril? And when you exhale, is it warmer or cooler than when the air came in? Have a sense of your jaw and the tongue inside of your mouth, maybe relaxing a little bit more. Maybe you feel your chest rise and fall as you're breathing. Maybe you're sitting in a chair, maybe you're lying down, but what is supporting your body right now? And can you feel the clothing against your skin, the air against exposed skin? And I'd like to just pay a moment of respect to the waters within us, our cerebral spinal fluid, our blood, our lymph. For anyone who may be pregnant, amniotic fluid, waste of urine passing through kidneys. Every single cell has water, needs water, drinks water in, and urinates, pees, however you want to say it, but releases water. Our skin releases water. So we're very much flowing and imbued with fluid. And to that, I'm grateful. I'm going to share my screen with you for a moment. My intention for this PowerPoint is just to give you a place for your, let's see, your eyes to land on, but let me see if I can make that a little larger. You probably can see that, finding fluidity in hard times. Water, we can't live without it. I have experienced going without water for 4 days on a in a ceremony. And let me tell you, by that last day, I was ready to crawl out of my skin. We need water. And one of the most important things, along with air to breathe and heat to warm us in the sky, and earth that builds our bones and our muscles, and movement. We need movement. So water moves. It needs to move. We're unique expressions, just like a snowflake. And that is in relationship to not only osteopathy. This is just an image of Andrew Taylor Still, who was alive in the 1800s, 1830s to 1917. And he was the founder of osteopathic medicine for a variety of reasons, a perfect storm. He definitely had inspiration, and he was inspired by his personal experience. His father was a minister and a physician. His father was deeply involved in the church because he was also a minister. And the belief of the Methodist Church was, and Wesleyanism was, fresh air, good food and rest. Dr. Still, Andrew Taylor Still, had a very amazing inherent curiosity, and his mind worked like a mechanic. The collective norm around him during the time that osteopathy was being created was a really terrible divide from north to south, but also a collecting, rounding up, and trying to annihilate our indigenous people in this land. And that was happening simultaneously. Interesting that Andrew Taylor Still found himself on a mission, in Wakarusa Mission in Kansas City area, or I'm sorry, Kansas, Missouri area. And he lived there among the Shawnee and the Pawnee, and he learned to speak Lakota, and he watched their ways. And, every culture uses their hands to help one another. So we wonder if there was some influence there. He also had opportunity for studying the bones. So he studied directly from the Shawnee people because he studied their bones. He had much experience of losing family members to meningitis, 3 children in 1 month, and then another child the very next month to pneumonia, and then his wife. So he was so disenchanted with the way medicine was practiced back in the day that he felt that he needed to either, walk away from it, but he found solace in studying anatomy and nature. And that is how he created osteopathic manipulative medicine, osteopathy. He created osteopathy. And how he created osteopathy was deep studies, and the osteopathy he taught was probably a lot different than how we're practicing today. But there is a sense of respect and awe and wonderment in the beauty and intelligence of the human body. There are some laws, I guess that's the best way to call them, tenets. And the osteopathic approach is to maintain that the body is not just a form, but it's also spirit, it's also emotion. So each person is not about disease, but a collection of workings of the mind and spirit inhabiting this body, that structure and function are related, and that the body can heal itself. And our job is to try to find that health within the system. We each have to find our own health within the system. It's really easy to Google things and find what's horrible, what's going on, but really there's a lot of drive from the single spark that formed that one perfect, beautiful cell that started to subdivide from protoplasm to who we are now, and continues to drive until we leave our bodies in the end. And the other law is that we make rational treatment based on the understanding of those other concepts. There are 5 models that I just wanted to touch on. I'm not going to spend any deep time in there, but these all work hand in hand. That there's the biomechanics. I feel like that's the earthy part of us. That's the muscle and bone. You think about an osteopath, the people who move the bones, who move the muscles, but very biomechanical, feel like back pain. Everybody relates osteopaths with back pain. At least that's what a lot of my patients, when they first meet me, say. But there's also the neurologic model. They're the beautiful balance of the autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, rest and digest. And this is why I want to bring you into a few techniques with me really soon. There's the behavioral model. How do we take care of ourselves? How do we eat? Who do we live with? What's around us? What are our habits? What are our, the things that prevent us from staying well? And some of that is our own behaviors. There's the respiratory and circulatory model, and that model moves the fluids. That's through the diaphragm. That is breathing in, breathing out, not just air, but moisture, and exhaling and moving. And so we use our hands as osteopaths, and we will do for ourselves today in self-massage, because we move fluids when we are kindly touching ourselves. And then there's the metabolic and endocrine model, and that is when the digestion is working beautifully, then the body can take in, transform, metabolize, and use the materials from the outside world inward, and also excrete appropriately. So I'm going to stop my share, and I would love to invite you to the first experience. Remember, that'll give you time at the end if there's any questions, but one way of moving fluid is to breathe fully. And so I asked you earlier to pay attention to how are you breathing? Is there air flowing in through your nostrils? Are you breathing through your mouth? So I'm going to invite you there once more. And our breath, you know, I'm going to move back from my screen. I hope that you can still hear me. This is an exercise, or it's a practice that I enjoy practicing, where you can bring your breath in as deeply and fully into your body as possible. And you'll notice when you inhale, your body lifts. And as you exhale, it folds just a little bit. And I'm going to invite you in your own space to exaggerate that. So if you're sitting near a desk, you might want to push yourself back from your desk, because your fold, your inhales may get larger and your exhalations may become larger as well. So if I'm inhaling all the way down into my root, I am extending my body back. And as I exhale, I'm going to fold forward. In the very, very end of my exhale, I'll give a little press with my diaphragm to release as much air as possible. I hope you can hear me as I lower my head away from my screen. But if you'd like to try that with me, I don't want to count the breaths for you. I'd like you to just feel what it's like to inhale and open your chest, and exhale and forward fold. I'm sitting in a chair, a swivelly stool, and I feel that I have pretty good motion through my spine by sitting in a chair. My hands are resting on my legs, and I'm going to continue to exaggerate this breath, exhaling down. Inhaling up. And I would like to invite you to try a few more cycles in this particular pattern, listening to your own speed and need of breath. And you may notice, if you want to shift your focus into your spine, is that your spine is now moving like a wave. It's curling up. And as you exhale, it's extending down. Your head is last. Inhaling up. And I'd like to shift the pattern. So if you might exhale off to one side and feel what that feels like, keeping both sits bones planted, inhaling up, exhaling as you melt over to the side. Inhaling, rising, exhaling, sinking. And you may hear your little crackling here and there. That's okay. Your spine is just finding its good way. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale. And just one more time, when you return to center, stay upright. So with your hand, I can only see a few of you. I'm going to invite you to show me with your hand, inhaling, exhaling. So pretend your hand is your spine. Inhaling. Beautiful. Good. So you have that wave. I see it. I see it in the three of you who have your screen showing. So when we go, yeah, you keep going. What I would like to invite you to do is, when you're ready, shift this motion and show me with your hand side to side. Oh, that's beautiful. Sequential flow that your spine, your muscles, you can invite to do and melt and grow. And when you're center, stay center. Good. So that's fluid breath united with the spine. I love to do that, especially if I've been sitting for too long, just all that compression. Standing up and walking around is really good too, but sometimes I need to move my spine and I want to engage my breath. So it's a really beautiful way to connect your breath with a fluid motion and getting waves through your body. Okay. So we have this container, and sometimes we have very fixed ways of thinking about the way we move. Sometimes, like if I think about going to a gym, which can be really wonderful. Some people, a gym is right for them. And we tend to work in a very linear manner. A lot of the gym equipment tends to be, forward and back, flex, extend, up, down, right? Very angular. But we forget that we have all these round, fluid areas of our body, like everything is fluid. And so falling out of a habit of thinking up, down, left, right, angular will help you physically to feel more fluid, right, in your body, but your mind too. Because when you start paying attention to the circular motions or the serpentine motions that your body can do, that's a different story because you're then uniting imagination and inviting a new way of flowing with your body. So I will invite you to take that away as one of the practices. Maybe you'll give a try. What I would like to invite next is a little relaxation. And this is a yoga nidra technique. If you're driving, don't do this. But if you can, I'd like to invite you into a place where you might feel as relaxed as possible. So you might want to close your eyes, you may not, but if you feel comfortable to do that, you can turn your camera off so you feel like you have a little more privacy. The reason why I'm inviting you to do this is because it calms the sympathetic nervous system when we find a state of this. Yoga nidra is between alpha and theta states. It calms that fight or flight response. So we do a meditation practice to calm this sympathetic fight or flight state that we can flip into at any time, and we need it sometimes. And that's one of the things I personally am finding hard about this time that we're in, is that I feel like I'm in it a lot. And so I am going to invite you to try this exercise with me, because this is a way of invoking a deeper relaxation. The pineal gland is activated and there is a release of melatonin when we find this relaxed state. So if you might find yourself as relaxed as you can be, either on a mat, get a blanket, or just relax back into your seat. You might need to put a blanket around yourself, but get yourself as comfortable as you can. Our affirmation I will invoke for us is finding fluidity, finding flow. Just how you feel is how you feel, is right. What is that like to welcome this feeling of a relaxed and safe space? Finding flow, like a stream flowing through the forest that you are about to have a deep and relaxing experience, so you can let go of the distractions and worries that and connect with your deeper self. And as you settle into this resting position, bring your awareness to the spaces between your body and the earth beneath you, the seat beneath you. Invite your body to soften and rest. As you surrender into this relaxation, you notice the spaces. Let your palms relax and face upward if you're in such a position to allow that. Feel free to place a blanket under your head. Soften your eyes if you like. Allow your body to sink into this space. All you have to do is just allow your awareness to follow my voice as I guide you from point to point within our bodies. Allow yourself to watch your breath. As you exhale, let go. Let go of your jaw, of your eyelids. Observe the sounds outside and inside your room and notice them without finding them disturbing. You're going to remain aware that you're going into this practice of yoga nidra and say to yourself, I am aware, and I'm going to practice a yoga nidra. You're going to practice a relaxation, progressive relaxation, where you allow your mind's eye to transfer your awareness swiftly to different body parts while your physical body remains quiet. Just stay alert, but don't strain to follow. Think of the body part or see it in your mind's eye, whichever you find easier, but you don't need to actually move the body part that's being mentioned. Right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right knee, left knee, right thigh, left thigh, right hip, left hip, both hips together, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the right hand, back of the left hand, right wrist, left wrist, right forearm, left forearm, right elbow, left elbow, right upper arm, left upper arm, right shoulder, left shoulder, both shoulders together, abdomen, ribs, chest, neck, back of the head, all points making contact with the earth or with your furniture. Move your awareness to your mouth. Be aware of your tongue, lower jaw, lower row of teeth, upper row of teeth, upper lip, lower lip, cheeks, forehead, upper body, lower body, entire body. Be aware of your whole body. Remaining awake, feel your whole body resting, still and relaxed, softening, sinking. Return your awareness to your breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest and your rib cage and your abdomen, feeling the nourishing energy flowing through you. Listen to the sound of your breath. Let go of your concentration and wiggle your fingers and toes. We're going to come back to the Zoom room when you're aware and ready and waking, refreshed, relaxed. And if you feel comfortable, if you were placing your camera on, come back so I know you're back, or give me a thumbs up or something in the chat so I know you're with me. And if we had all the time in the world, I would check in with you now and we would chat a little bit. Thank you, Anjana, that you're with me. Thank you, Magali. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Good. Thank you. Perfect, Liz. Wonderful. Good. We're back. So that was my second takeaway. That's called a progressive relaxation. It's a yoga nidra. And I would like to give you in a 7-minute time, a concept of self-massage. So we're going to change gears. And I would like to share with you something that I learned from my teacher, one of my teachers. I had many wonderful teachers when I was studying Japanese acupuncture. And this came from Ana Nieves. And this is a blend of using warm oil and also pressure points, acupressure points, acupuncture points, balancing the various elements to deepen relaxation. Reason why we might want to do a self-massage is because it can boost your immune system. It can help you with your personal self-esteem and relationship to your body, improve your skin, hydrate your body more, lubricates your joints, and eases pain. This is something you might want to try in the early part of your day as part of your self-care, or you might try this in the evening. But I would like to just talk you through it. And I will make a handout with some instructions available that I mailed to Dr. Pratibha. So if you would like to have the instructions, you'll, maybe Dr. Pratibha, you'll put your email in the chat, and I'll make sure that you receive it. So if you're starting with your head, you might want to use some oil, but we don't need oil today. We can still use just our hands, okay? So I would invite you to warm your hands up, and just, through friction, you'll start to feel some heat. Thank you, Dr. Pratibha. Yeah, so you're going to consider, maybe you will use a little bit of massage oil. I'm sorry. I'm using, in the past and frequently, today I used kumkumadi oil. I'm not selling the product, so I use kumkumadi for my face. There's also like an argan oil that you could use on your face. Sometimes I've just used plain sesame oil. I warm it, and I would take my hands, and I invite you to try this. Yeah, you're just going to rub, draw your fingers from side to side across your forehead, nice and easy. And do this 7 times for the 7 dhatus, 7 tissues. And take your fingers, and there are these brew marma points. Dr. Lottie says the I brew, but they're brew. There's an upper and a lower, and you just gently pinch, not hard, but you're just stimulating medial, middle of the eyebrow, and then the tips laterally. So close, 2, 3. And you can certainly, stroke this way. Take your fingers under the eyes, 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3. And by your nose, I'm going to speed through these points because I want to leave some time for us to have question and answer. So we're just going alongside the nose, little circles, bring your fingers out under the cheeks, right there. That's a really great point. Stimulate that, bring it up to the temples. Shank Marma is right here. It's like a seashell near the temporal bone, right above the zygoma. So it comes down the nose, across, stop there, up to that. It's kind of tender, you know, in that temporal bone region above the zygoma, and then down, across, pinch, right here under at the chin, out to the sides, chin to the sides, and draw your fingers along your jawline up. Your earlobes, pulling upward. So this took, it's like 2 minutes, right? I mean, not that you don't really want to speed through, but you're stimulating these points, right? And the next, we're going to go down to our legs. I don't know if you can see mine, but you're going to use your thumbs, start with your left leg, and stroke down from the knee to the ankle on the lateral outer portion of your shin. Can you see where I am? Down the shin. Can you see that? We're going to go down a few times. And then we're going to go up on the medial, the middle part, lateral to the medial to the shin. We're going upward. That's the stomach meridian. Going down, and the spleen is coming up. I was thinking maybe what I could do is I could probably share some kind of funny drawings here. I might be able, this might be helpful. Let me share this real fast. Share. There we go. Share. Let me see. Here we go. Here we are. Okay, you can see that, right? So these are the strokes. Okay, you're going to go down your leg on the outer, that's stomach, and stroke up, right? Down and up. Next, go to your navel. Oh, let me show the picture, sorry. Here we go. It doesn't show really well, but there's like, oh, right there. 10 little circles around your belly button, okay? And you would have a little bit of warm oil, like warm sesame oil. So 10 of those. You're going to do your left hand first. And this is the firm circular strokes at your thumb. Really common place where it feels tight on me. You might have some tension in that area too. So you'll do the thumb. So long.
Do you want to stop sharing the screen, Josie, so that your thumb is more visible?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're circling there. Yeah. Yes, I think so, because I could probably show you the rest.
I think your demo is going to be more helpful for
Okay.
seeing.
So here.
Yep.
And then on the arm. Right in there. That's like brachioradialis. That's a really tender area too. If you're at a computer a lot, did you see where I'm rubbing? You got that, right? Good. Next would be the these little ends of your fingers on both sides of your nail. Do like 10, you'll be doing 10 strokes, but you pinch that a little bit, kind of circle, pinch it on each side of your nail, and you'll do each one. This feels really amazing when you do the whole series. You'll feel very energized when it's done. But I really wanted to bring that to you today. And I tried to do too much in one day. That's okay. Because you're gonna have it. That's okay. And then you'll go to your feet. And on your feet, I can't show you that easily. I kind of can. Here's your feet. Between each toe, no, I'm not going to take my sock off. I'm going to show you this on the screen. I'm going to just share this very quickly. And unless I've closed it down, yes, I probably closed it down, did I? Here we are. You're still there. Yeah, there we are. Okay, let me show you. See that? Can you see my little picture right there? Bafang points. Let's see if I can make it bigger. So that's another area. Okay. Where are we? There. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Next, you'll reach back and you'll rub with your fingers. Right about there. It's like right around where C7. It kind of the spinous process projects out just a little bit and is a little tender. If you can reach that, that'll be nice for you. And then you're going to take your thumbs. You're going to go into the occiput and you're going to lift upward. And massage. All of these points tend to be kind of tender, you know, like tender areas, but they're you're going to just massage in there and lift up. I'm going to come back to stop sharing because I think you can see the rest of this. So that's the idea up there. Tapping. And whatever you didn't get yet, you would use circular motions on your joints. Okay. I do like 8 to 10 circular motions. All right. By the end, hopefully you would have used some nice warm sesame oil on all of your body. Keep the room warm. And then you would take a shower. You don't need to scrub the oil off. So my instructions I was giving you, I mean, we can take a long time to actually practice this and really learn it, but it's let it stimulate you to want to get the instructions and try it. It's really easy to do self-massage. It takes no more than 5 to 10 minutes, honestly. And I'm offering you a blend between what I've learned from Ayurveda and I've learned from Japanese acupuncture. So putting some of these points in with the oil to allow for your body to feel very well tended to. It's a great way to start the day. And if you can't do it when you start the day, then do it at the end of your day. And I'm going to open this for any questions because we have just a few minutes left. And that was a speed through for the very last bit. I appreciate you hanging in with me. I will check chat.
So before we go into questions, can everybody, may I request everybody to click on the website URL so that it has opened on your laptops before we exit Zoom? And then also please copy paste the email ID. If you want the handout, then you can email the organization. So even if you open the website and it's open on your laptop or phone, you can get the email ID from there as well. So yes, go ahead. Beautiful presentation, Josie. This was a condensed many teasers and takeaways.
It was, yeah. Yeah, I think that my takeaways for the day are to stay as fluid as possible when times are hard. And that often will involve breath and warmth and motion. To stay well hydrated yourself. The progressive relaxation, they're available on YouTube. If you would like to listen to them, you can find Yoga Nidra or progressive relaxation. I'm going to just put that in the chat in case it's a new term for you. And you just need to find the voice that you like or the music that you like. You don't necessarily have to do it before you go to bed. You can do it whenever you want to find yourself into a more calm space. And remember the way that water wears down the rocks. So being fluid can be a powerful way of moving in the world sometimes. Because rock against rock sometimes makes a big clamor, but water against rock over time can really wear it down. And it's precious to us.
Any questions, comments?
Questions, comments?
You can please unmute and go ahead. None? Everybody's very relaxed, so no questions.
Okay. Thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate you taking the time. Yeah.
Yes, thank you everyone for taking time out of your Sunday morning and being present for the wonderful things that Dr. Josie Conte had to share today. This presentation will go up on our YouTube channel, and I will share the link with Josie. And you are welcome to share it with other people. I will also put it on the event page. So pick it from wherever you can find it. Look us up on YouTube. We have just a couple years ago started the YouTube channel. So we have maybe 50 videos there or something. I don't know. I haven't counted. But have a look, listen into other videos if you like, and subscribe to our channel if you like it. Shall I share the YouTube channel link here quickly so that you all know where to find some of our previous presentations, and later on in a day or two I should be able to upload Dr. Josie's presentation as well. So just give me a minute. But again, if you have any comments, questions, please unmute and ask now. Just 1 second, it's coming up. Okay.
Well, I think I'll just share now that I'm going to be starting my own practice coming in Hallowell, hopefully by September. Yeah. I'll be teaching some movement classes. Oh, thank you, Ratifa. That's so sweet. I'll be teaching some dance classes because I love to do meditative belly dance. That's where all this I learned that breath-based movement from Dunya, Diane McPherson, beautiful Sufi dancer and teacher, and she teaches dance meditation, but it's really, really helpful to stay fluid. And thank you for being here today. I think that we've run out of time, and love to see you, Susan and Magali and Liz and Dee and Ajana. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
I just shared the YouTube channel link. If you like, you can just click it and check out our other videos. And if you are a holistic practitioner of any kind, or even holistically inclined, I would highly encourage and request you to join the platform so that you are visible. Your name comes in our directory. Anybody can find you. Plus, you are there as our effort of a growing unified platform for a variety of holistic practitioners to come together nationally. We can do other bigger things. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Josie. Wonderful reminder of self-care and all the free resources that the universe has given us to come into balance regularly so that we don't fall in. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.